if you've been racking your brain trying to think of things that you can do to help your consultancy business during this COVID time, then this is the video for you. Hi, I'm Emma from FreshSage, and I talk about all things branding and online business. And in a conversation with my husband this morning, I was thinking about, well, in his business, in the architectural space, they, obviously business is shifting. It's not usual. Things are different, and things are going to need to be different past COVID. So it got me thinking about, what does that mean for the consulting world? What does that mean for you? And that's why I put a list together of things that you can do from a top line macro business point of view, all the way down to some really practical tips. I've got 10, let's get my hands right. I've got 10 different things that you can tackle to just help your business during this time. So hopefully some of these tips will be useful for you. Let's get into it. So the first one, thinking top line about your business, take some time. This is an opportunity to really take some time and do a SWOT analysis on your business. Think about what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses, what are the opportunities and threats that you're faced with at the moment. So don't just think about, oh dear, COVID had to shut, can't see clients. I want you to think broader. Think about what are the things that you really do well and how this can be useful now during a COVID time. What are the opportunities that are actually available for you? And so if you can't see clients face to face, how can you do things differently? Start playing with the ideas from that point of view. So start thinking top line, what needs to be and could be different to really take your business to a different level. So that, and here's the question that I want you to ask yourself, is that when we come out of lockdown, what would I like my business to look like at that stage? How do I want things to look different? What could I be doing to position myself differently? And think about it from that point of view. Which then brings me to point number 2, which is all about what are the things you need to do to adapt? How do you need to shift your business to keep up with the changes that are happening? Because these changes are going to be long lasting. We're probably going to be in lockdown for a while. And then even once people are out of lockdown, we're going to be thinking differently about how we connect. It's going to be a long while before you're consulting with larger businesses face to face and having large training seminars or that kind of thing. It's going to be different. So what are the things that you need to do to shift and adapt and change the way you used to doing business? Then tip number 3 is to stay connected to your clients. So just because you're in shutdown doesn't mean you can't connect with clients. But I'm not saying go and connect with clients to go and be sleazy and sell to them. No, you want to take this opportunity to just connect with them, see where they're at, understand what they're faced with, and who knows, maybe in that understanding of what they're dealing with at the moment, you can still be of help and advice. You're used to sharing knowledge. You're used to thinking about things differently. Now's a good time to really step in and be of service to your clients. The added bonus is that they will remember you afterwards. So it's a good time to really connect. Just connect. Then for tip number 4, I want you to, in thinking about how you're going to shift this business past COVID and what you want to do differently and how you want to adapt, what are the things that you need to do to really stay sharp, to make sure that you're on top of your game beyond COVID? A simple example would be how we've all shifted to having online meetings, and having a Zoom conversation before you went into it was nerve-wracking as a concept or as a thought, but now that you're having Zoom conversations, it's not so scary. So what are the things that you need to do to really stay sharp, stay on top of your game, and make sure that you're still relevant beyond the current situation? So for tip number 5, I want you to think about how you want your brand to be positioned. So what do you want to be known for, the kind of experience you want to create with your clients? And think about what that looks like, and is your current brand on point? Are you currently showing up at that level? If not, obviously think about the things that you need to tweak, which brings me to point number, 6. So for tip number 6, think about the experience you want to create for your clients. And in thinking about how you want to be positioned, does that positioning and that brand feel, that brand essence, how is that filtering through into every touch point with your client? So are there things that you need to tweak in terms of the way that you do business so that when you do interact with clients again, that you're coming across at the level that you want to be positioned at? And it could be simple things. So some of the things my clients have been tweaking during this time are their proposal documents and their company profiles, so that when they are presenting that to a client, they're really positioned on point. Pricing guides, so your pricing guide that you've created, or ebooks and opt-ins and lead magnets, all of those sorts of things that your clients are, the first touch points and the first interactions that your clients have with you, is it really positioning you as the authority and the expert that you are? And then the seventh, am I on number 7 already? Yes, the 7th point is all about staying visible. So now's not a time to hibernate and disappear into the woodwork. Now's the time to get onto social media and connect with people and remind people what you're about, what you do, and how you add value to the world and the impact that you make. You don't want to just sort of disappear into the ether. You want to be top of mind, because when clients are in a stage where they are able to afford you, or maybe they are now, maybe your clients are just itching to work with you, and now that they know what you do and they're reminded that you're there, they're giving you a call. During COVID, I've just been working on an online store because a client I was visible, they saw me, and they're like, I need you to get my online store created, I need a brand, I need a logo, please help. People are there wanting to work with you. They will only connect with you if they know you're around. So get social, get visible. And then some other practical tips and things that you can do in terms of really helping you during this time. The first is to think about how you can go digital. So what are the things that you can do that can help take your business more digitally and get you consulting again? It could be doing video meetings or Zoom meetings as an example of that. Having Facebook Lives, or shifting your in-person training to online training. Then for tip number 9, it's cutting the fat. So there's a whole lot of fat that's built into our business. Things just carry on as usual, and we don't notice it's there necessarily until something like this happens. And then you start questioning, well, do I really need that app? The other day, my husband was noticing that he was getting a whole lot of deductions coming through for apps that he doesn't even use anymore. So that kind of stuff. Where are the areas that you could cut the fat? Maybe you've got extra equipment lying around that you had when you had a surplus of team or interns, and you don't need that extra computer now. So now's the time to cut the fat out. So it could be physical, tangible things that are not adding value to your business right now. It could be processes. Maybe you've got fat in your process, something that I've been thinking about in terms of my processes. Yes, I have a full 1 to 2 month process in terms of building up a brand. But there's a lot of fat in that process that I can cut down. And this client that I was talking about recently, I created a brand for them in a week. And why not offer that as a reduced offer? Because I've, streamlined my package into a 1-week process. Makes sense. Put it out there. So that was some of the fat that I cut in my consulting business, and I'm sure that there's fat in your consulting business. Think about ways that you can get really quick results for your clients in a smaller amount of time and share that with the world. Then for the last tip, it's all about productizing. So there are things that you've been creating as a consultant. We service our businesses, service our clients, and there are things in that business that you could convert into a product. It could be different processes you have, different things you have. Like an example, in my business, I have quote systems and proposal documents that I can turn into a product that my clients can use. So what are things like that you've got that are, repeatable systems that your clients could make use of? And external purchases that could be a bit of passive income right now. So an example of that would be this client that I'm working with at the moment, whose online store we're creating. She knows that beauty salons cannot sell and they can't offer a service at the moment. So they have created a way to get that salon's clients to be able to buy product where they can make an affiliate commission. That's a beautiful way to make additional income during a very quiet time. And I have a bonus tip for you. It's not so much of a tip, but something I just want to get you to think about differently is this is a beautiful time to really support local and small businesses out there. So how can you support the local businesses that are around you? A way that I usually do this in my business is if I'm thinking about client gifts, I love finding something that's unique and different and local. In my trainings, or my workshops, I would get some local cupcakes as an addition into the training. So I know you're probably not gifting right now, but think about ways that you can, instead of just automatically going to larger businesses, how you can support the smaller businesses right now. So I'm hoping that somewhere in all of these 10 tips that I have shared with you, you've gotten something that you can do to help your business during this time. But if not, last but not least, just be of help, be a friend. Whether it's, you're going to go buy groceries for a friend, or, dropping off. I love sharing the rocket that I grow, or, veggies that I've grown, sharing it with a friend. Wherever you can help, how you can help, just be a friend. And I hope that these tips have been helpful, and looking forward to sharing more soon. What are we talking about again? So for... Woo! Everywhere. Okay, there we go.